Familiarity when it comes to specific emotions and experiences. Hi, my name is Eric Hammer, registered psychotherapist, and today I'd like to talk about that concept of history repeating itself when it comes to the emotional familiarity with certain patterns and dynamics in romantic relationships. But before I continue, please hit that subscribe button below so you'll be notified about any new videos that I have here on my channel. So I think it's really important, particularly from a psychodynamic psychotherapy perspective, to address this concept and idea about familiarity and how, in a lot of cases, if we examine perhaps past struggles that have taken place within romantic relationships, we can gain this sense of familiarity when it comes to emotions and experiences that have perhaps taken place. That this idea of certain patterns that can again create in an automatic way emotions that come up. And again, that could be something where perhaps a situation in which we might feel anxious in certain situations, where we might feel as though this emotion of anger gets provoked, and that we can be perhaps with a completely different partner, and yet there's a familiarity, right, when it comes to different experiences. That could be a situation in which perhaps our partner has gone away for the day, and all of a sudden, hey, you know what, I'm feeling this sense of anxiousness with this person not being here. And that again, there's a familiarity here, there's a history here. And from a psychodynamic psychotherapy perspective, we want to get connected to where the history of this feeling might be stemming from in order for us to gain a greater sense of self awareness. And in doing so, hey, we can really have this greater sense of compassion for that part of ourselves that might be experiencing this sense of anxiousness. That again, there's a history here, that it isn't necessarily just something that's taking taking place in this present situation, that I'm feeling something that has a history, and I'm basically reenacting to some degree what is taking place in the past in the present. And I think where somebody can become empowered, right, is to be able to catch this experience where there's a greater sense then of familiarity and compassion for the self, that you know what, I'm going through something that's taking place in the past. I can examine this, and it's really about me, my reaction, and how I can really help address myself in a very compassionate way, and essentially help myself, right, emotionally, for what I'm going through. And again, gaining this insight, I think, is extremely important when it comes to changing unhealthy dynamics in a relationship to becoming much more authentic and grounded within relationships. And then in doing so, I can show up in a much more present way with my partner. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave a comment below. And please check with a psychotherapist to make sure that this or any other information is appropriate for you. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day. Take care.